How you doing? It's Rick with WindersRanger. Wanted to just do a couple of quick updates, share some information on a couple of mods that I've done to the RV here. I had an issue. If you see the right here, this is the vent, the bottom vent to the fridge, and this is the upper vent. Usually there's either one of these or there's a roof vent up on top, and that's basically a chimney. If you're operating on gas, your pilot light nulls here, and then the heat and the exhaust goes up through the roof, or it comes out and up here on this one. I had some bees that took up residency on this one, the lower one. I haven't been into the one up above yet. I still need to check that one. But I evicted the bees, got them out of there, and found a solution to try to keep those out. So I'm going to show you that, and I had the exhaust ports on the other side. I'll show you those here in a minute. I had a frog that was living inside the exhaust port on the one side. So I kicked him out and thought he'd stay out. Well, he came back, he just went on the other side. So I kicked him out of that one. And that was actually the original issue that I was trying to search the issue for, or solution for. And I found a solution for this by accident. So I'll show you both of those and show you what I came up with to try to correct the issue. So for the vent, if you see on the, there's three louvers, or three openings on that thing. And there's a silver part on the bottom of each one of those. Well, that's a screen that's been installed. And what that screen is this thing here, fly insect screen. Basically it's just long wire mesh with it's attached on the one side just with a crimp there every so many inches. But it comes with, if you can see here, the little plastic zip ties. So what you do is you take your vent off, or the cover. They're, as far as I know, they're all pretty much the same. They got these two little knobs. You can stick a penny or a quarter or something in there, or a screwdriver, and you just a quarter turn for each one. The bottom comes out. There's two tabs up on the top, so it bottom comes out, top comes down, comes right out. And you take the vent, the screen, you just lay it on there, feed your zip tie through, and just zip tie it around the plastic tabs inside there, and that should take care of the issue. I've got to get the ladder out to get to that one. So I've got the ladder stored on the inside of the toy hauler portion up on the sofa up above, so I've got to get that out yet. But let me walk you around. I'll show you the solution for the exhaust ports on the furnace. Unfortunately, I didn't save the packaging for the two screens for this, but basically they look like they're pretty much universal. You can get one rectangular one to cover both of them, or two individuals, which is what I went with. And basically they come with two springs. There's a spring inside of here. I don't know if it really shows up on camera. It might a little bit. But it's got a flat piece, then the spring, and then a flat piece. One flat piece kind of hooks on the outside. The other flat piece hooks on the three pieces inside there. It came with a little, it's not a screwdriver, but it's got a groove cut in the end of it there. And you kind of feed it through. See if I can get it here with one hand. It wants to get hung up. You feed it through the screen. I can't get it through there right now. Through the center of the spring, and it grabs a hold of the other side of the hook. And what you do is you just kind of use that to kind of fish it around to hook it on the metal piece inside. And it just clips on. That's how it holds on there, is just with that little spring. So it moves around a little bit, not a big deal. But that should take care of the issue with the frog. And you know, if anything else decides to crawl up in there, it's going to have to be smaller than what these screens are. So that takes care of that. That hopefully will be a solution that I won't have to worry about for a while. Like I said, I still got to get the ladder out to get to that upper vent and get those things put in. It took the pieces on those vents on the fridge, for the fridge vent, I would say that was the more time consuming of the two procedures. The one, you know, just zip tying the thing is a little cantankerous, trying to get the zip ties through and fold it around. I would say probably took me 10 or 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes at the most. If you can see on this one, the drain hose to the fridge has to stick out to allow for whenever it defrosts, whatever fluid comes out of there has to drip out. Otherwise it's going to run on the floor and mess up the floor inside. So I had to modify the screen to come out around that. A couple different ways I could do that, I guess, but I cut the screen figuring that would be my best solution. And that took a little bit of time, but that's not necessarily across the board for installing those things. The one up above doesn't have that, so it should go a little more smoothly. It's just a matter of zip tying them in and reinstalling the cover back up on the side there. So probably 10 or 15 minutes at the most. Of course, the screens on the furnace vents, you know, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes at the most, unpackaging and getting the springs out and putting everything together. Really wasn't too bad. I've got a few other projects that I'm working on. I ordered a washer dryer combo. I'm going to do a video on that, and part of that is going to be, or maybe a series, I don't know, but I'm going to actually install that in the toy hauler portion in the garage of the RV. So I'm waiting on some of the plumbing parts still. When they get here, I'll be starting that. As far as the review of the washer itself, I'm going to talk about what my experience has been with it and how it is, and what I read online and why I decided to go with it in the first place. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate you watching. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button if you want to follow more videos to come in the future. If you like what I'm doing, give me the thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Take care.